Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's KIM and the SAV Kim out of Savannah, Georgia. It's a long Monday night, no complaints. It's super duper good. I'm super fired up and excited, like all us network marketers say. But sitting here and winding down for the night, but gonna pack up these BOGO orders and these Cyber Monday orders and sampler packs and all types of things. And while I'm doing this, it's so funny because people ask me who I listen to in the company, and it changes a lot. But lately I've been really like looking at my Spanish sisters and brothers. I'm gonna let y'all hear a taste and I'm gonna break y'all down. They just do stuff differently, man. They unite. They understand, they get it. It's just so different. I was listening to this guy. This guy is younger than me, and just killing in the game. One of the most, personas más humildes. Like one of the people so just humble in the company, and he's talking about the Pareto principle, which y'all know is the 80-20 rule. If y'all learn this, it will set you free in life. I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of this and just listen. You can vibe with me if you want. I think I was Spanish in another life. It's so funny because my latest better bodybuilder she was talking to me before she joined the company, and she and we were talking about everything. Like we were yelling at each other, cutting each other off, not yelling, fighting, but like, it was like, me too, me too. It's always like that when people actually call me because, like attracts like. So you're going to attract the perfect customers to you. If you're being yourself, like for real yourself, you're going to attract the perfect customers to you. You're going to attract the perfect, business partners to you, and it's going to be so much easier to work with them. So yeah, she and we're both black women, but we both are like, man, into like Spanish language and stuff like that. So right now I'm going through a period of listening to the Spanish in my company, actually a whole lot. I just like how they vibe, how they flow. So listen to my brother, mi hermano aquí, quien está like killing it in the game and in la compañía, okay?
Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Excelente mañana a todas las personas que se están conectando a este Facebook Live. Les saluda Fermín Vera aquí de Guayaquil, Ecuador. Saludos para todas las personas. Ya veo que está Cuenca conectado, Guayaquil, Durán. Tenemos gente de Estados Unidos, gente de Paraguay. Saludos a todas las personas que se están conectando. Bueno, hoy les quiero hablar de un tema súper chévere.
Okay, so like that's the first thing, right? They recognize that this company is global. If you get that, do you know how much you get? A lot of people in Los Estados Unidos, in the United States, they only address the English speakers. They only want to do, and hey, I'm raising my hand. I've been guilty of it. I ignore the fact that we're open in a whole bunch of other countries. But what does he do when he first opens? He's like Ecuador, Los Estados Unidos, a todos los otros países. He's recognizing all these other people because you know why? All of them got money. All of them got dinero. And guess what? It all translates to commissions in your back office. So when I listen to them, I realize things that as an American I take for granted. It's a big world out there, y'all.
Que es que si tú aplicas esta ley que te voy a enseñar en cualquier área de tu vida, pues las cosas pueden mejorar mucho. Y te lo hablo por experiencia personal. Esta ley se llama la ley de Pareto. La ley de Pareto nos habla del 80-20. El 20% de las cosas producen el 80% de los resultados.
Okay, so we've heard about the Pareto principle before. Most of y'all remember it from the Tyler Perry movie, right? When the man cheated on his wife and she was like, you traded your 80 for your 20, so go back to your 20. Yeah, that crap is true. You're going to get 80% of your money from 20% of your clients. You're going to get 80% of so much from 20% of your efforts. So you really have to watch what you focus on.
Hay veces en las que nos enfocamos en cosas que no tienen tanta importancia, no le damos la prioridad, y esta ley nos enseña también a priorizar muchas cosas de las que hacemos. Una de esas, por ejemplo,
if you understand this law, it's going to teach you to prioritize some things. Okay? And this is what I like about the Spanish community too. They focus on like really connecting something. They're not hypey. from what I see, a lot of times it's not like, I don't know. I don't know how to articulate it.
Hablando no tema de negocio, mismo vamos a tocar ese tema, sino el tema de vestimenta, ropa. El 20% de la ropa es la que utilizas el 80% del tiempo. Hay gente que repite mucho una prenda o un estilo significativo y al momento de tener un armario lleno, no utilizas todo, es la verdad. Entonces el 20% de las prendas que tú utilizas, la mayor parte del tiempo son el 80%. O sea, el 20% de las prendas las utilizas el 80% del tiempo. Eso te va a ayudar a simplemente mejorar tu armario. Es lo que yo voy a hacer el día de hoy. Voy a sacar toda la ropa que yo no utilizo porque solamente yo sé que utilizo el 20%. Y esa es la ley de Pareto. La ley de Pareto nos dice que el 20% de las cosas nos producen el 80% de resultados.
He's just saying it many different ways. 20% of the things are going to produce 80% of the results. And that's true. That's so, oh my gosh. Once I really got that, like, it made things so much easier in my life, in my business, in everything.
En el tema de la vestimenta, como te dije, el 20% de tu vestimenta la utilizas el 80% del tiempo. Es la que más utilizas: sacos, pantalones, licras, leggings, si eres mujer, en el hombre, jeans, lo que más. Tienes 3 jeans, yo sé que eso es parte de tu 20% porque es algo que usamos.
And we've heard this also, like, with our clothes, right? So, like, you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. So that's what he's saying. When he said los pantalones, the pants, los vestimientos, all those things, you wear. It holds true for everything, y'all.
La mayor parte del tiempo. Y es algo que yo voy a hacer, ¿sabes por qué? Por un principio básico. Cuando tú eliminas lo que no es una prioridad en tu vida, le das espacio a más bendiciones, a más cosas nuevas a tu vida. Sé que si yo elimino la mayor cantidad de mi ropa que no utilizo, que es el 80% de mi ropa, porque solamente el 20% de mi ropa le doy más uso, entonces le doy espacio a que venga un nuevo 20%, a que se reinvente mi armario. Y eso es lo que ustedes pueden hacer, inclusive ahora que se acabe el año: reinventar todo en su vida, dar prioridad a ciertas cosas. Esta ley la puedes aplicar ahorita, si haces conciencia, hoy que es sábado, en tu vida, no solo en los negocios. Y hablando de negocios, el 20% de las personas que trabajan contigo son las que producen el 80% de resultados. Y al momento que tú identificas quiénes, yo quiero que voy a dar una lista.
Now this right here, what he just said, this is the important part, okay? And this young man, he's amazing. What he's done in the short period of time that he has been in esta compañía is like maravilloso, right? But what he just said, this is the part that most people don't get. I see so many people every single day. They're like, my sponsor don't help me. This person don't do that. And they don't respond to me. He said, 20% de la persona producen 80 resultados. Like, you need to spend, basically he's saying, like, you have to segment your team, y'all. You can't spend the same amount of time with every single person. Now, how you segment your team, that depends on the leader. Some people segment it by, how much money they make off of a person. Other people segment it by how much effort they see a person putting into the business. And, they have their filters. But just understand this, because I see so many people knocking big leaders, small leaders, whoever, saying, they don't return my phone calls, or they didn't answer me right back. I got a question and now they're not helping me. Everybody has only 24 hours in a day. So once you understand that there is a filter that we all use to decide who we are going to spend our time with, then you can do more to become like noticeable on a person's radar. And this applies to everything. Friendships, this applies to relationships. If you're dating, right? If you're dating and you're not in a committed relationship, there are going to be certain people. If you're dating 3 or 4 people, who's going to determine who you go on the most dates with? The people that you're most interested in. It's not an even playing field for all people involved. That's why it trips me out why in business, something like MLM, people act like it's supposed to be. Just because you're on somebody's team, so what?
De quiénes son las personas que te producen el 80% de los resultados, ya vas a entender a quién debes entregarle más tu tiempo. Porque a veces nosotros, por no priorizar a las personas, dice Verónica, a mí me gusta una licra negra que me queda divina. Yo sé, Verónica, a todos nos pasa. Yo tengo un juego de jeans, 3 jeans, que son los que más utilizo en el diario vivir, por así decir. Bueno, los hombres me entenderán. Y así mismo tengo de todos los pares de zapatos que tengo 2 o 3 que me gustan más, y es el 20% de... Si tú te pones a contar, esta ley funciona en todo. El 20% de las cosas son las que nos produce el 80% de resultados, o son las que más uso le damos el 80% del tiempo. Y así mismo es con las personas. El 20% de las personas...
This is so interesting. This is so interesting because one of my clients just jumped on Thomas, and it's really true, y'all. Do y'all know, like, the majority of my clients that just, they know what they want and they buy, the the majority of my clients that pay me the most frequently, they take up the least amount of my time. Then there are some people, and everybody, we live in this shade culture, right? And then people like, Kim on there throwing shade. Man, get up, man. Listen, I don't have time for that. We all grown. This is not shade. This is truth. Then there are some prospects who every few months, they message me and say, what do you recommend for me to lose weight? Ma'am, scroll up. Sir, scroll up. The same thing I recommended to you the last time I spoke to you, and you did absolutely nothing with my recommendation. The same exact thing. And those be the people that get mad when you don't respond. Be like, did you see my question? Yes. And my answer is still the same. But then I have other people, like my best clients, they require little to no maintenance. The most patient, the best people to work with, the kindest, the sweetest, the most ready to pay. This holds true, y'all. I'm telling y'all, y'all gotta learn this stuff.
Son las con las que más congeniamos, las que más nosotros nos hace sentir bien, son las que nos dan el 80% de felicidad. Si tú te pones a pensar de toda la gente que tú conoces, ¿quiénes son ese 20%? Digamos que conoces 10. Hay 2 personas que te producen el 80% de la felicidad en tu vida, la que te dan el 80% de los buenos momentos. Entonces, cuando tú llegas a ser consciente de eso, ya sabes con quién pasar más tiempo para ser más feliz. Ya sabes que si tú...
Now that's powerful. He said, when you think about all the people in your life, there's basically going to be like only 20% of the people that you know who make you the happiest. And he said, once you identify the 20% of the people in your life who make you the happiest, then you will know exactly with whom you need to spend your time to become a happier person. Like, if that's your objective, if that's your goal.
Dejas de frecuentar a personas que no te causan felicidad, que no están dentro de tu 20%, entonces le das más espacio en tu vida a las personas que pueden ser parte del 20%. Siempre prioricen con esta ley de Pareto todas las cosas en su vida.
This is powerful. It's all powerful. And this is what, the hardest part of this business is me getting my team to understand stuff like this, right? He said, once you identify the 20% of the people in your life that make you the happiest, then you spend your time with those people. Now, this is how you prioritize your life. When you don't prioritize your life this way, this is when you end up depressed. This is when you end up saying silly stuff like, so-and-so wasted my time, or I don't know where the day went, or your energy is zapped, is drained, because you are choosing to spend your time with those people who don't make your butt happy. You don't follow the Pareto principle. You don't follow the 20% that give you the most.
Yo sé que ustedes van frecuentemente de todos los restaurantes que han ido a 2, 3 que son sus favoritos. Y es así, esta ley funciona en todo, en todo.
He's just going through examples. He's like, even out of all the restaurants that you go to, right? The 20% of the restaurants that you go to are your favorite. And you go back. It holds true for everything.
La ley de Pareto, esta ley, si tú la aplicas en tu vida, las cosas van a ir mejor y sobre todo puedes priorizar el tiempo. Sé que vivimos en un...
He said, if you apply this principle to your life, things are going to get better. And you're going to be able to better prioritize your time. This is why I never try to say that. I don't like to use the word try. This is why I don't say the phrase that somebody wasted my time. You can't waste my time unless I let you. It's my freaking time.
Acelerado. Sé que vivimos en un mundo donde todo es importante, todo es necesario y todo es urgente, pero eso es lo que te impide tener un margen para ti. ¿Y qué es un margen para ti? ¿Por qué hago este video? Porque yo era ese tipo de personas que priorizaba todo, que todo era uno en mi lista número 1. Y cuando comienzas a priorizar hay cosas que realmente... Hay ropa que no es tan importante, hay personas que no son tan importantes en tu vida. No estoy menospreciando a nadie, sino que obviamente si tengo personas que me hacen sentir muy bien, que me hacen ser feliz, voy a pasar más con ellos que con otras personas, pero como no soy consciente, paso con todo el mundo, no llego a tener esa felicidad total que un ser humano debe tener, y ahí está el error. Por eso es que a veces te sientes incompleto. Inclusive, El 20% de tu tiempo deberías dedicarle también a Dios. No te estoy hablando solamente de una iglesia, no estoy hablando de religión, estoy hablando con Dios. Puede ser aquí en tu casa, oración, etcétera. Y aplica en todas las áreas de tu vida. Tienes que alimentar todas las áreas. ¿Y sabes por qué debes de priorizar con esta ley tu vida? Porque así vas a tener márgenes para poder disfrutarte. Y te voy a explicar por qué. El ser humano está diseñado para...
He's even applying this to spirituality, y'all, because he's just saying that it can be applied to everything. This Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule.
Gastar energía y para recuperarla. Y esto lo hace no que entrego todo y después duermo y recupero. No, lo hace en el transcurso del día. Yo sé que si tú tienes un empleo, hay áreas, hay horas del día en tu empleo, porque yo también lo hacía, en el que yo gastaba energía, me sentaba, estaba un ratito en el celular, otra vez le entregaba el poder y otra vez estaba distrayéndome, conversando con los compañeros, otra vez le daba el trabajo y uno va haciendo eso en el día. Y si tú estás haciendo el emprendimiento, como yo estoy en la compañía de TLC Life Changer, yo sé que hay momentos en el día en que tú le entregas todo, te distraes un poco con tu familia, conversas, otra vez le entregas todo y vuelves a hacerlo. Por eso es que son las horas de poder que nosotros hacemos con nuestro equipo, porque es una hora donde le entregamos todo, haces tus quehaceres, otra hora le entregas todo, haces tus quehaceres y gastas energía y la recuperas. Pero ¿sabes qué? Hay mucha gente que no recupera energía porque todo lo prioriza. Las personas cometen el error de que como todo es una prioridad, no sean el margen para...
He's talking about how you spend your energy and how you recuperar, like how you get it back. Recuperar, how you get your energy back. And it's very important because, again, this even goes to how we prioritize our business and our family life. What are you doing to expend your energy and also get it back? And I don't want to say like it's necessarily got to be a balance, because that word balance gets really, really tricky. A lot of people abuse it and they misinterpret it because they don't understand true balance. But again, he's just applying it to all aspects of life.
Ellos de disfrutar de las cosas que les gustan. Por ejemplo, a mí me gusta de vez en cuando en el día salir a caminar, hacer ejercicio. Hay gente que dice, no, es que no tengo tiempo para hacer ejercicio. Pero si te gusta correr y no te creas un margen en el día porque no priorizaste las cosas en base a esta ley, entonces no vas a poder disfrutarlas. Entonces comienza por favor a priorizar tus cosas en base a la ley de Pareto, el 20-80, y comienza a ver cuáles son las actividades que más hago, que son más productivas para mí en el día, y las otras puedes delegarlas. Si eres una persona que está haciendo un emprendimiento por sus propios...
And the thing I want y'all to understand is that this is like I said, this gentleman is younger than me. This is a young man who understands this. And his success has nothing to do with his age. His success has to do with his entendimiento, like his understanding of these principles, these laws. Success, people act like it's some elusive thing that, oh, they're just lucky. That person is just lucky. All the stars align for him or her. I wish I were them. Man, you can be. You can be, if you learn the doggone laws, if you learn the doggone principles, and if you apply them in your life. If someone this young can do it, I wish y'all could see his face. Well, y'all could have if I had done a Facebook Live, but I'm not doing that. I look too rough. So it's been a long day. My VIPs work me out with these dang on Cyber Monday deals. But hey, it's a win-win for us all. Okay? They get their better body. I get my better bank account. Come on. I'm working the 80-20.
Ellos. Y tienes que hacer muchas cosas como contestar correos, como hacer publicidad, como visitar clientes. ¿Cuál de estas tres cosas es más prioritaria para ti? Obviamente visitar clientes por lo que te da de comer. Y si tú tienes que responder correos y hacer publicidad, pero lo puedes delegar a otra persona, entonces no es realmente importante para ti. Lo puedes delegar a una persona o así.
So many of y'all spend time like doing things that just don't matter. Answering emails. Answering designing business cards. What? You spend a whole day designing business cards instead of a whole day talking to people, qualified prospects, learning the skills that you need to learn how to filter out people who are wasting your time.
Que te vayas a pagar. Y eso es muy bueno, porque así puedes mejorar tus tiempos y mejorar tus finanzas y mejorar tu productividad, por el simple hecho de que...
He said if you improve how you spend your time, then you will improve your finances, then you will improve your productivity. Not in that order, but you know.
Revisaste e identificaste cuál es ese 20% de actividades que son más productivas para ti. Digamos que eres una ama de casa. Yo sé que todas las cosas que haces en la casa, en el día, solo el 20% producen que la casa esté limpia, como ejemplo, barrer, trapear, cocinar, lavar. Pero ya el resto de guardar las cosas, eso lo pueden hacer tus hijos, lo puede hacer tu esposo, te puedes delegar también esas actividades a otras personas y así tú te creas un margen para poderte disfrutar. Conozco muchas mujeres que son amas de casa y hombres que son, pues vamos a ponerle ama de casa también, o amo de casa, o bueno, que ayudan en el hogar, que al momento de solamente ocuparse de la limpieza, ocuparse de regar las plantas, del patio, pierden mucho tiempo, no priorizan las actividades y se quitan el margen para poder disfrutar su vida. Y no te digo que disfrutar la vida es quedarte todo el día viendo televisión, o tomar cerveza, jugar PlayStation, o ver Netflix, no. Inclusive para crearte un margen debe ser el 20% de tu día. Si tú estás despierto 10 horas al día, debe ser que el 10% de eso son 2 horas. 2 horas deben ser para ti, un margen para, o sea, 1 hora para tu familia, debería ser si la tienes, y 1 hora para ti, para que disfrutes de algo que te gusta. Ver YouTube, leer un libro, escuchar un audio. A mí, por ejemplo, me encanta el crecimiento personal y una de las cosas que yo utilizo es que mi margen lo utilizo para crecimiento o para cosas que me encanten distraerme, que me hagan distraer, porque así recargo energía y vuelvo a entregarla al momento. El ser humano.
So it's just more examples of like, what do you do in your house? He was saying like only 20% of the things that you do in your house, really go to making your house clean. All the other stuff is just like extra, it's just, but pretty much you could, if you did 20% of this stuff, focus your attention on 20% of the basic things to clean your house, but so many of us waste time, just completely obsessing over the most minuscule, the most detailed thing, man. Just figure out what is most important and get into action. I think it's only like 3 minutes and 22 seconds left of this, but y'all have been on with me long enough. I just wanted to invite y'all in. The majority of my time, it's funny because the majority of my time, I don't live on social media. A lot of times people think that I'm on Facebook and Instagram and all that crap a lot. I'm not. A lot of times when I post to those platforms, I post to them from outside of those platforms because I don't want to get sucked in. I don't have time for that. I have to spend my time doing exactamente eso. Like, escuchando las personas que tienen el éxito que quiero yo. Like, I have to spend my time listening to the people who have the success that I want. And I don't like hype. And I don't like people, acting. I don't like grown folk acting like kids. Like, kill it and sell it, kill the game, crush the sale and have a great time on your team. But let's talk about these principles. And then once we're done talking about them, let's go and apply them. I've been around enough, and I'm not, people say, oh, Kim, you stereotyping Spanish people, make it seem like they're all great, and, maybe other communities are not as great. No, I'm not. However you interpret it, that's based on your framework, your perspective, your life, whatever baggage you have going on in your life. You take it however you want to take it. I said what I said, like Nini said. I said what I said, and I meant what I meant. In my experience, in mi experiencia, en mi vida, in my life, okay? When I have spent time and I have looked at, let me tell y'all something. Spanish people I know, the Latin people I know, and I'm sorry, my hermanos y hermanas, I still don't know the difference between Spanish and Latin. I still use it interchangeably. Lo siento. But man, let me tell you something. When they come together, let me tell you something. They don't care nothing about what nobody else is doing. And in my company, it's so funny because you can look at the leaderboards and there's a bunch of names that the majority of people can't pronounce. And I see them and I'm like, okay, bet. I see you. Te veo. And I'm going to do it like they do it, doggone it. I'm going to start tapping. Watch. I got a strategy. What did he say? La ley Pareto, right? The Pareto principle, of Pareto rule, 80-20, 80-20, right? La regla de 80 y 20. They understand stuff that majority, and guess what? It's not only the Spanish. The majority of cultures understand stuff that most Americans don't. Because the majority of cultures understand that the world is friggin' huge. It's mostly only Americans who are so myopic in their view. My team killing it. Okay, great. What other teams in the company are killing it? That's what I look at. That's what I'm focused on. That's why half the time in the day, people say, oh, can you help me with such and such? Where did you come from? Who are you? No, I cannot, because I'm too busy trying to help myself. My public service is the videos that I do, the information that I share with the masses. And you can take it and run with it. But I spend 80% of my time listening, escuchando a personas como él, listening to people like him. People younger than me who have done much bigger things than me. And people whose success is not always as visible as you might think, it would be if you were in their shoes. I love it. That's the type of stuff I just, ooh, that low-key rich. I'm all about it. Anyway, y'all, I'm finished fulfilling these orders. It's 10:30, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hasta mañana.